Hi everybody, I'm Brian Matsota from Double Bear Productions. Today we're going to be answering a few of your questions. We've given them to the team and they've recorded responses, and we're going to play them for you today. Enjoy!
In a real zombie apocalypse, I would get to a industrial district, get to a warehouse with the big metal rolling doors and as few windows as possible, somewhere by a pier so that I could get some fresh food, and I would hole up there.
A question by Drunk Zombie. What would be your plan in a real zombie apocalypse? Run as fast as I can, maybe? I don't know. I mean, it's it's a tough question. Um, Ideally, I'd like to think I could survive on my own. You know, put on some camouflage and sneak through the city, getting what I can. But when I think of my family and I think about people I'd have to take care of, it's it's tough and it's kind of scary. Um, I think ideally I'd like to somehow get into the forest, set up a camp, and just wait it out and see what happens. But I don't think I'm ready.
What is my plan in the zombie apocalypse?
I would like to hide in the basement, drink all of our booze, and I probably need to learn how to make prison wine for when we run out of booze. Are you sure you don't want to go to grad school?
Around 6 years ago, I was dreaming of making games, so when the chance to work on the Age of Decadence came up, they were very supportive. Back then, we thought the game was going to be ready in a year or two, but, well, that didn't go exactly as we planned. But I had my parents' support all these years.
My parents are really supportive now, but I guess um, when I first started out, it was still one of those things where is that like a real job? Um, really, what it came down to was me calling my dad and going, "Hey, Dad, do you remember when you said all that time I spent playing video games was a waste of time?" Still not a justification. Like, I don't recommend that anybody just sit around and play video games as experience for being a video game designer. If they want to be a game developer, probably develop a serious drinking habit. That would be my advice.
My mom doesn't really get the whole video games thing, but she does think that producer sounds like a pretty cool title. My dad is the person who I played video games with growing up, so I think he's rooting for me. He liked it. He was happy.
We got used to it in 9 years. It would be real hell, say, if we started 15 years ago. But now, when all the convenient internet technologies arrived, like broadband connection, convenient file sharing, and online collaboration tools, it's not a problem at all, it's quite easy. So,
Um, it's okay. I mean, you can't complain. In terms of production, I feel like it's just the same, even with people on different sides of the world. But in terms of morale, it can get tough. I mean, it's nice to see what other people are doing. Just getting up from your desk and walking around, seeing the art guys, seeing the programmers, seeing the music. It's fun. That's something I miss out on by working from home, as you see.
I think we're really lucky on the Dead State team because everyone on the team is really professional and really communicative. So we do a pretty good job of staying in touch every week and everybody knows what tasks they're working on. It makes it a lot easier on me, so it's pretty great.
It had a very big impact. It allowed me to finally live from making games without having to rely on side jobs.
it affected me in a really major way, actually, both personally and professionally. Now I can work on RPGs full time, I can live the way I want it, I can live with someone I want it. It's great. Speaking of the team, which is the point of this video, we've moved to a better office, we've invested into great equipment and included motion capture set, which Ivan is crazy about. So yeah, it's great, it's been very helpful. Thank you guys, thank you again.
Have I based any allies on people that I know? That's a good question. Actually, yes. I do that frequently. I feel it's a good way to make sure that the character that you're writing has some semblance to a real person and is believable. You need to know exactly what they sound like. Their voice, their speech. It helps to, if you even just put an actor's voice to it. You need to know exactly what that person sounds like when you write them, and maybe even act it out a bit. But yeah, definitely base it on as much as of reality that you can.
Actually, I'm new with 3D modeling. I've only been doing it for the past month and a half, 2 months, I think. In general, I do concept art, but with such a small team, you kind of have to fill the roles where you can. So now it takes me about 2-3 days per character, and I use a pre-existing model. Basically, I model the changes to the new character, set up the texture map, apply the texture, paint the texture, of course, and I work on it until we get a new character in game. So yeah, it's fun, I guess. Hopefully I answered your question.
We mostly use pictures as references, taking some stuff in person to see the proper sizes. Something I use a lot is Google Maps. I visit the towns we are using in the game and take references from there. Obviously that is much cheaper than a trip to Texas from Argentina.
Dead State doesn't really have full voices like a lot of other games, mostly because of financial reasons. It would be just extremely expensive to voice, thousands and thousands of lines. However, we will have like combat sounds, like getting hit and zombie sounds. So I will be doing some zombie sounds. So I guess you could say I am returning to the world of voice acting for Dead State, but it's more like voice moaning.
Well, the secret is simple. Less sleeping, more coding.
Sleeping is for the weak.
RPGs. It's probably my favorite genre of games. I also enjoy strategy games. Specific games that come to mind would be like original Fallouts, Planescape Torment, Deus Ex, Darklands, XCOM. I'm probably missing some things. I bought Crusader Kings 2 recently, which is a fun game. I only put in a handful of hours, but I'd be playing it right now if I had the time, so it's good. Yeah, so those are the types of games I enjoy playing.
Over the last couple of years, I've spent an unhealthy amount of time playing Skyrim. I've also played XCOM Enemy Unknown recently, and I've also put a lot of time into the Fallout series over the years.
Lastly, I have been playing Civilization, XCOM, Transport Tycoon Deluxe, Arcanum, GTA 4.
Games I loved in the past, Fallout, Vampire Bloodlines, big surprise, The Dig, which I don't think anybody loves as much as they should. They should love it a lot. The Persona series I love a ton, Breath of Fire 4, and what I've been playing recently is Star Command on the iPad, Zombie Estate 2 on Xbox Live, which is totally worth it for $1, Guild Wars 2, duh! And I'm about to start Mass Effect 3, so if you spoil it for me, I will cut you.
Please stop by the forums if you ever have any questions. We're all too happy to answer your questions. And again, thanks for helping us get on Steam Greenlight. We went on there very quickly. You guys did a fantastic job getting us on there. As always, thanks for watching, guys, and thank you for your support.